It's to you.
You, nigga.
Kev Gills, I got you on me. Yeah, man. Welcome to the You Have a Seat. The only professor applying pressure when he teach. Big cloud in these YouTube streets. I cheat like Wiz Khalid. Call it in if you gon' speak. Press 1 when you checking in. I got the merch, cup of coffee and kush shirt. Support the brand if you support the man. With the spirit of Steve Coakley, they can't hold me. Back to hell and fade away on them like I'm Kobe. Only straight shooter on this computer. Who else you know gon' bring it to your real truther? Hallelujah. More haters, more moderators. Get yourself timed up for making outlandish statements. Yeah, ain't no playing. Bungalow 54 is where you'll go with the herd. I got no patience. Either for God or you love Satan. It's reclassification over entertainment. It's to you. Everybody wanna have a school, but it's for you.
Everybody wanna have a school.
Care less what a hater say you do. It's to you. Press 1 if you support, if you don't press 2. It's to you. Teach nothing over here but the living true. It's to you. Press 1, press 1, press 1, press 1. 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 Everybody wanna have a school, but it's for you. Care less what a hater say you do. It's to you.
Hey, I got it.
Press 1 if you support, if you don't press 2. It's to you. Teach nothing over here but the living true. It's to you. Press 1, press 1, press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1, press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1, press 1, press 1. Press 1, press 1, press 1, press 1.
Morning, KevRow University. Coffee and Kush TV. Channel 54, all affiliated groups. Shout out to the people who couldn't wait to get back to class. As we see this ideological subversion going down in America, I have to make sure my students is committed. KevRow University. So, you know, I had to learn a lot. Like, what's the young man name in the back? MYB Travels. Yeah, you talking about, you say you here to learn, cuz. Well, listen up, cuz. Press 1. I don't believe you, champ. I don't think you here to learn. Where he at? Hit the like button and say, no, I don't think you here to learn. I think you playing. Yeah, I think you playing, champ. I don't think you here to learn. No. I think you're playing. I don't think you're ready for KevRow University. Many have come, many have said them same exact words. And you know, we've been doing this so long, Mr. MYB. Shout out to you. You know, I've learned you gotta prove that you comprehend these things. You can say whatever you like. This is America, I think. You know, you can say whatever you like, but I don't believe it. And until you show that you're ready to be a student here, hit the like button and subscribe. I can't do nothing with it. I can't do nothing with it. What a beautiful time it is to be alive. You know, what's the title here? Charlie Kirk's false flags prove turning point USA are the American what? Let me see. The American Nazis, part 2 in history. How you going to understand that? Let me, inquiring minds want to know how you going to begin to understand that when Candace Owens, press 1, is running around the community like a chicken with no head, just spreading all type of conspiracy. How you going to? Easier said than done. Shout out to the people who in the chat room early. Welcome to KevRow University. I took some days off just to regroup. I just to say to myself, where are we going? You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of students. Patreon.com/KevGillsTV. Support this broadcast. Thank you. Join that um, for whatever you like, or even better, become a sponsor to the program. Um, and come on up to the forefront of the classroom and make yourself known. Become a YouTuber. Do something with yourself. A lot of black people, a lot of black men in the world don't know what to do with themselves. Even though Home Depot is offering free classes for trades. Press one. They don't even got no excuse. Ain't even no more excuses. Now I told them to get their resumes ready. Guess what? Now you got a trade. You ready to become HVAC certified. You know how to do plumbing, heating, electricity, refrigeration. You on. Now you can provide for your family. You ain't got to think democratically no more. Press what? You ain't gotta be a Democrat minded gang banging nigga no more. I ain't got nothing to type of nigga. Now you got something to do. That alone will change your life. That alone. Anytime where you can pray for yourself, that's a beautiful. But I do want to get the class. Um, Shout out to the supporters. I couldn't ask for a better class, of course. I tried to tell them, come to class, learn as much as they could, ask questions. I know we're fighting a fucking war in media that's just like, let's let's covertly destroy African Americans, right? You got clam chowder running around the community doing what? And I'm trying to figure out, where is this coming from? Turns out from Turning Point chat rooms and chat GPTs, uh, uh, a lot of these right wing, well, most of them that's being recruited by these folk are nationalists. Now, I want to get back to this clam chowder statistical breakdown of why y'all need to wake up, because things are about to be said that's going to bring my lecture uh, into view. I can't wait till people begin to understand this. Maybe it's another generation. I don't know. I don't know. I begin to realize this is a legal matter, and all of these little distractions, they wasn't doing none of this crying when Trayvon Martin was murdered with Skittles. And in fact, they were doing challenges. They were doing walk the planks. They were doing sweater challenges, Skittle challenges, iced tea challenges. Press one. Now they crying. No, this is all pre-programmed uh, threat against African Americans by way of these white folk, these foreigners, Turning Point USA and UK, and the Department of Justice, who is allowing these races to march and do all of these things, and the only excuse they got, well, they're a corporate entity. So racism is a political body because it's protected by freedom of speech, and it's a corporation. So racism has more right than the African American who is alive and well, who is a living, breathing human. Your hate is held up so high for the African American that you will give rise to hateful speech against your own citizen and even participate in it just for the sake of hateful propaganda, just for the sake of their easy targets. So all we have to do to cover up what we're doing, which is laundering money through Turning Point USA, which is laundering money, which is laundering Epstein's money. Let's be very fucking clear with this one. So we're the easy targets to use as a distraction. Now you see that right there. We the easy target. And all you gotta do is cause a little uproar And nobody will pay attention to millions cent United States military as issue. Nobody will suspect that Charlie Kirk and Mrs. Kirk and Turning Point and Blackset are all funneling money for AIPAC in Israel. Press 1, hit the like button and subscribe. Candace Owens starting these banks with who she is now calling a reptilian all of a sudden this week. Mr. Theo. What's his name? From the bank that monetized her bank that failed after they received $50 million. Press 1. See, they not following the money. I told y'all this is the yellow brick road. All roads gonna lead Candace Owens, Lloyds of London. Press 1. Boy, they trying to distract and distort from what these people owe the African American, who they call the African American, not the German American panism disguised as us, not the Latino dark melanated, not the Hinduish Latino dark melanated. No, not. I'm not speaking for none of them. Hell no. This one right here is for our people. Peter Thiel, thank you. Peter fucking Thiel. So on one end, oh, Candace Owens, she's no threat to nobody. She ain't said nothing she ain't seen on the internet as conspiracy already. She just, hopefully the people don't realize that Turning Point is a racist organization. Press 1, funded by Epsteinish folk, people who are found by Epstein, money laundered to help candidates out. Press 1, like they did Donald Trump. They also ideologically subvert nations with hate, racism, and most of them is not even from America, like Antifa. They're all like UK plants from who knows where. And nobody knows this. Nobody's watching. Nobody's saying, wait, these ain't even Americans. No, but the liberal Antifa, who's all covered up, you can't tell where they from. Press 1. Hey, them and Black Lives Matter. See, them and them black people. Antifa black. See what I'm saying? Antifa black. Liberal woman, black people. You see, the rhetoric is use that as hate speech. I don't like black people. No, I don't want this stuff taught in my school. I'd rather have Disney have more sovereignty right than people who really own this. This is white folk, I'd rather live in a psychopathic, sociopathic world where we get to cosplay and dress up as their slaveholder, as their press 1. So much so, when it's time to give them their stuff back, we gonna rebel against the system that's making us think that we owe these black people any damn thing. See? They just want you on the football field, on the baseball field. They just love you as a monkey star and a rapper, somebody to dance around. The minute you start stepping on white supremacy, that's all she wrote. You understand? That's all she wrote. Oh my God, we not friends no more. What are you doing? Press 1. They get rid of their token friends. Oh shit. What are you doing? What the fuck are you guys doing, man? I thought we were what? See, they don't want your real mind to kick in. You gotta pretend with them. As long as you can pretend and they can use your likeness to further their achievement, press 1. If they can use a black man's revolutionary likeness to further their goal, then it's all good. You feel what I'm saying? Wouldn't believe what I've been seeing on Instagram and Charlie Kirk sitting next to Jesus Christ. Charlie Kirk going into the gates of heaven. Charlie Kirk and Malcolm X hanging out, welcoming Tupac, Malcolm, and now Charlie Kirk should be on the Rushmore of whatever the fuck this shit is. Everybody's just making up things, and I realize this is the delusion that I'm fighting against. So I know you're not paying attention in class. I know you're not. Oh, because the stuff that I'm proving, it's happening in life today. Okay, this isn't new. That's why I started the Black Holocaust, the Black Genocide of African Americans paper and in real life, where you went into the internment camps. I'm proving that. It's all in my YouTube page. You feel me? All these that I got was to brace you for what's we living in today, not to stay there. Oh no, that's just to show you. That's the punishment of neglecting the law. Press one. No, I just showed you that. I'm the only one that can show you that. I want to show you how God's been with us. But look, all of that happened because of our transgression of the law. I exposed where we didn't fight for our own nation. We went and fought for the German, and they lined us up real good in Italy, didn't they? We didn't fight for none of the American wars because America was racist, a nation. Why would we? How? It was no nigga. It was them versus you. I'm tired of this slave narrative. I'm tired of this shit. I can't even pretend with you no more. I can't even. I don't believe you, man. When you say you ready to know the truth, nigga, you can't handle the truth. You better go on back to your PlayStation. You better get on back to your press one. You better get back to your Michael Jordan shoe. Press one. You better get back to brushing your hair and putting waves in your head. You better find something like that to do. Press one. Go find somebody to learn how to put waves in your head and do things like this. Press one. That like button and subscribe. I don't believe you. That's the slogan of the you. You gotta want this. Yeah, I don't believe you. Tell them, boy. I don't think you want to hang out with me. Hanging out with me, it get hot. You know, you may get into your feelings, little playboy. You know, I don't know. You could be a Nation of Islam person. You could be a person that was raised as a Catholic. There's all type of things. And worldly people that hate me, and they don't even know they hate me. They hate me. They hate me. I'm breaking their allegorical constructs down. Yeah, you hate a person like that. Bring it into a clear mind for the average person who don't know anything, nothing. Damn. Yeah, the world hate that. There's something called the 100 monkey syndrome. And since we monkeys, I mean, the scientific theory is somebody learns something, it can be easily taught to the rest of the monkeys. And that's the main theory behind, that's the way they see her. I told you, they scientists is detrimental to our to our fucking health. These people crazy. The breast one, so you got one. I'm going to teach you, why they are doing this. They've been doing this. They've been using Charlie Kirk to do what? Hate black people. Press one. They want to hate black people. They use the Charlie Kirk as a Hulkamaniac WWE performance to say, y'all gonna pay. And to that little boy who did it, he forgive you. That's you. Ooh, yeah, my mother went right. I can forget a little boy. We're going to defend the little terrorist who's being programmed by white supremacy. Press one down there in the Bible Belt of the South. I will be returning. Press one. Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Down there in the Bible Belt in the depths of Tennessee where all the new Protestants, prostate cancerous motherfuckers from the lower chakra areas, hit the like button and subscribe, damn it. Yeah, The Rock is returning. Hit the like button. Yep, see, you busted. You busted down there in the Bible Belt. And who down there with them programming them kids? Well, I'm gonna tell you like the little Nazi black boy told the world. Candace fucking Owens and her buddies over there at Turning Point USA. Watch out for these school shootings. We have to protect ourselves, damn it. Because guess what? Clam Stephen Chowder, plus one, and his Turning Point ideology are programming kids down there in Tennessee. Goddamn, the rhetoric coming out of Tennessee. But the rhetoric coming from these Protestant church, Latino, Roman, plus one, Germanic Roman at that, Ashkenazi as Romans. Plus one, see, I call them by thy name. I don't hold back destruction. You know, I can't help it as the main opposition on live TV. And that ain't even real. I don't even believe none of this silly nonsense and blaming Israel for the cover. We Israel, stop blaming us. We should be already understanding the programming of reverse psychology. You Israel and they motherfucking Palestine in America. Trust one. In America, they talking about you. We gotta protect Israel. They supposed to be protecting you, nigga. Damn with Israel and Palestine. They always making up new wars. We always got to live in the loop-de-loop of we can't never live in prosperity because the white man, like what? Charlie Kirk, who looked like Adolf Hitler in the flesh. He looked like them of the past. What's going on in the past? What happened with the American Nazis and all of these people is going on today. They're starting the rhetoric because they don't have nothing else. Mr. Gillespie has ran all opposition. And I have totally exposed that in the last days, they're going to all throw up Nazi signs. Like, yeah, we Nazis, fuck it. We've been killing black people the whole goddamn time. The black people of America. Ooh, we hate you. And that's what the American Nazi and the Germanic and the Slovakian and the Russian Jew and the Orthodox German Catholic, they all know one goddamn. Don't let these motherfuckers wake up from being black in Roman civil law. Because Israel, the corporate state, only exists because the real Israel is dead in the law and have no representation. Amen. So anybody can cosplay and dress up to be you, and they running around in white supremacy talking about this man sitting next to Jesus. Press one. Hit that like button. But y'all don't like to listen to me at all. So I brought some Instagram friends. I brought some Instagram friends to help me out. Some sisters and brothers, white folk, because y'all so scary. I don't know why y'all scared of them. Y'all must be with them. Y'all thought I was going to sign at turningpointrecords.com. Y'all thought I was going to sign it. What y'all thought? Why y'all be so quiet now that the war is on? The war is on right now. Where everybody at? Y'all know y'all turning point. That's why. Y'all fruit of Islam. That's why. You're not ready to go against it. That's why you pledge to the Aryans. You pledge to your God, Arius. Press one. Hold on. They pledge to. You think I don't know who your God is? Fool. Press one. You don't think I told you. Dark side. Boy, look at you. You pledge. Look, destruction is at hand. Look. How is he able to do this? Look, you caught. You pledged to Arius. You pledged to the white man. The white man is your God. You artificial. That's why you the artificial monkey intelligent. That's why they think it's so cool to fool us. They think they fooling us. They ain't fooling us. We're gonna learn at the barbershop real fast. We know. That's why you don't pledge to your God Arius. Arius said, you better shut the fuck up. White supremacy Arius said, shut up. Don't say nothing. We your God. Shut up. I don't believe in Aryan, Arius, or none of these things that you put. Look, Kev got you. That's look. If you a dummy and you know it, clap your hand. Use a dummy and you know it, clap your hand. I can't believe it. A whole nation of Aryan, a whole nation of Aryans who believe in Arius ideology, believe it. You know, when you really look at it, just really see how detrimental that can be for black people. Damn, damn, damn. Young was a white man. Damn. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I I don't even want to let the sister talk because now I know sisters and brothers, they can't talk, they can't speak. It make them agent. They be going against God. They don't know nothing about George. Oh, God, and this one and that one and this one. Yeah, but they areas, believers. And look. Hmm? High knowledge and wisdom around here, classroom. That's all. I'm just letting them know they not supposed to say nothing because the Aryans is one, as Edomite, as Aryans. We're something else. You see, they have their will to fulfill, the will of their father. We have a duty to uphold and come out of a dead state. Everybody can't go, and everybody can't do that. You got people who was born to be exactly who they are today. No change. No change. They just be boobity bopping up the street, bobbing their head. What happened to the young man who said he wanted to be in this class and learn something? Press one. Hold on. Where the young man who said he wanted to be in my class and learn something? Where you at? See? Where was you when we put up the black Nazis? We put them up on the air. You see? Nobody want to face the truth. Nobody wants to face the truth. Kev, Kev found them in history and time to tell those who are in this time, to tell those who are in this time. This ain't nothing new. They all just little black Nazis. All of them. Black Germans. German Nazi Germans. Black ones. Okay? So what you've been told about history and blacks in Germany and all that, that shit is a lie. Okay? These people are together. These people are, and they hate us. And they don't do nothing but spew black hate all day against black women. Press one, and they're all weird looking like this one. Press one. They all got this commotion, insta commotion, all on the internet, hating you. This is a black German. This is a Nazi. You think because people are black, are melanated, are dark, they actually like you. No. You can see and feel the hate oozing from their pores when it comes to you American blacks. They hate you. They say it every day. They worse than a white man. Press one. That's because they was the ones who they again, when they say Africans sold you into slavery, it'll be these types right here. Black Germans. And ain't nobody can come against my truth. Doesn't matter what brand they in. They all over the internet right now. Calling you an Indian, calling you an Arab, calling you everything but the people of God. Calling you everything but the people of common law, but the original people of this nation. Calling you everything, need you to be spiritually everything other than what you're supposed to be. None of these people understand law and has brought God and nothing into what they talking about. They all deny God teaching other things. I, by myself, has proven there's two jurisdictions. This is a legal issue. Me, in my books, these two jurisdictions, we've never even been to the garden. Why? Because our forefathers disobeyed the law. No matter how far back you go. You know? And so none of these folk is even going to mention what? They all live within the federal guidelines of what that you better be. That's what you better be. You better not ever mention the republic. You better not ever mention you the people of, see? And then these are Spanish, Moroccan Moors of Rome. Again, Moors were nothing more than workers for the king. They were all under Rome. Rome is a civil colony. So they operate penally. Black, dead in law. You get it? They always been black and dead in law under Rome. And they accept that. That's what make them monkey, because they easily to the train. There is no rebellion that you black. Got it? Ain't no rebellion. That's 100% acceptance. I'm a slave. I'm this. I'm black. Where you from? Africa. Well, I make pledge with American government in friendship. See, this is weird shit. I am black. In order for me to operate in white supremacy, United States corporate, I accepted that science is my belief. I believe that the Big Bang happened and the universe is what else you believe? I believe in dinosaurs. Yeah, believe in dinosaurs. And what else happened? Yeah. Dinosaur. Before you was a dinosaur, what happened in the beginning of time? That's one. Stars and Plutos and cosmos collided. We came out the Big Bang. We was rocks. We was some rocks at first. And then as time passed, the rocks went in the water and the enzymes transformed into tadpoles, and fish crawled on the land, and here we is today. Just a bunch of malarkey. All of their science is always being stupid. The blacker the nigga that come with the science, the more stupid it is when you think about it today. It's just dumb. So whether they young Pharaoh Moabites, it don't matter. The Dane Calloway, the Boris World TV-ish, the other one and the other one, doesn't matter. They're all within the construct of the same thing. Not real. Fiction. Their spiritual systems is made up of Bloody Mary, of menstrual cycle. Press one. They whole belief system. Where my face at? Their whole belief system in cycles of the year is that of a woman's cycle. I know you believe in evolution. You should. The whole belief system is one big menstrual cycle. So the black man mentally is stuck between knowing the father and stuck as a child born from a menstrual cycle. His whole spiritual practice is that of a woman, queen of heaven. Sin, the moon goddess. Press one. So while you thinking the black man can come out of this, no, he can't. Most black men were ran by their mamas who fortified that belief system, who said one thing and did another. And then the fathers wasn't even strong enough to combat the menstrual psychology of faith. Damn, I'm fucking y'all up. Press one. And now, what you think of blood is? What you think a damu is, a pyro? What you think that all this stuff means? Nigga, better wake up, King. They use a magic trick on you. But it ain't from the outside. Hit that like button and subscribe. Stuck in Ham. Got you in Wonderland. And you ask them something, and it's all everything outside of the garden. Even the Hebrew Israelites, you can't even get no truth out of them. They repeat and regurgitate the same truth to get a thrill out of you then. So, as these white folk gear up and was planning to do what? Be racist towards black folk. After the death of Charlie, the thing was to target the black community and attack them and make them react. Hit them with so much silly shit, like they make up all of the crime. Give a reason to annihilate them. I for the right. Press one. They put gangbanger mentality on all black people and say we criminal. They put what people do who go to jail for petty crime. You don't remember this happening in the past? You laughed at the movie Life. They had put a crime on anybody outside of themselves. As soon as it happened, false statistics went up everywhere on why you should hate black people. First, the Department of Justice was caught making AI videos, putting black young men in videos talking about we coming for y'all. The cartel put a hit. These people don't made collective video, an AI video of young black people. They got videos of. Put the post and say, hey, I heard there was a hit out on the police and the cartel was paying us young blacks. I think we want to collect. This was created by them, by the Department of Justice. So you got the Department of Justice putting together fake videos, busted all over Instagram. Why? Because the Department of Justice and Turning Point USA have turned on the African American and applying they're playing psychological traumatic warfare with people who not even in. To gather up racist ideology, use Charlie's death to conjure up blacks as 13% of the population, but commit 59% of child molestation. Where? See? That's why I brought my notes. Huh? That's why I told you it's a war going on. Are you ready? You said, I'm ready. There's a war going on. I said the white man this is a sad day. This is a very fucking sad day. Make up 75% of incarcerated child stuff production convictions by race is the white man. Tim Tebow even said that biological fathers that get in trouble for this is overwhelmingly white men. White men is threat. Children, not just everybody else's children, their own. But in their world of delusion, and they don't program these young white folk to come out and say the most horrendous and post the most statistically untrue stats against you, and you will sit there and pretend you don't see it. There's not even a rebuttal. The black man in America chooses to remain silent. And if you choose to remain silent, you are in agreement with status quo. I've written that in my books. It's illegal for you to be people of God and not know any law. That's Antichrist. That's against your duty. That's against what you're supposed to be doing on earth. Shout out to Brian King. Shout out to Washina. Oh, thank you. Washina Jordan. Shout out to you and Jason Harris for your contribution to this program. You're supposed to be voicing and gathering together and voicing. You're supposed to, they're doing it in media. Where's the war? Right here. Right here on YouTube. Right here on the Instagram. TikTok. This is what makes them delusional and psychopaths. That they will really begin to push anti-black rhetoric to where they will make up statistics. Let's listen to Charlie Kirk, who they just said was hanging out with Jesus Christ.
Trying to say that blacks thrive under subjugation?
No, I'm not. I'm saying I'm asking you the question. The data shows they were actually better in the 1940s. They committed less crimes.
Maybe they were afraid.
Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity?
In the South, you're not a child at 15. You can go to jail, you can get beaten up.
The white, the black, separate.
You told us we were free. Well, then show us that we're free.
What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right to live?
Loudest.
I told you. Now, do you know what that means? Well, you listen. You won't allow me the right to live. Ain't that what I said they were preventing you from? Life, liberty, and life. Life. Why? Because people understand. You're dead in civil law. Tupac had a song called Dying to Live. Where are the men in my classroom? We're KevRow University. This time we gotta think our way out of it. How this is a legal issue here. I've been writing my books, staying up hours and hours for you to get this. How you gotta speak. Why? Because the little white girl is speaking.
He screamed, the harder he whipped, and where the blood ran fastest, there he whipped longest, and their bodies exhausted. Failure to meet these quotas often resulted in severe punishments, such as whippings, beatings, or even mutilation. Their clothing consisted of 2 coarse linen shirts per year. Sojourner Truth famously declared, "I have borne 13 children, and seen most all sold off to slavery, and when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me." The allowance of each slave per week was a peck of corn and 3 or 4 pounds of pork.
When I think of today, I don't know how I'm living.
Black men regularly were sexually exploited by both white men and white women. which took a variety of forms, including outright physical penetrative assault.
Told you. So they got this always been them. It's always been them. They used to eat black people. They put them as they made leather out of their skin, lampshades and things. What happened? You think that just went away with "I'm sorry" or something? You think that leaves the DNA? The thirst for it. You don't understand. I asked the question. Do you think this just started? Hispanics are white people. They included. So now we up to 74 plus 9. 80 what? 83? We up to 84 because it's a damn near 84%. So what happened to the black people of the past? They murdered, raped, and pillaged them. Cut their penises off, hung them from trees, raped the women, raped the children. You don't know that about black history? You think that just left their genetic code or something? We're like, well, what the fuck is y'all thinking about? So 100%, thank you, Shiva in the chat room. 98% of the world is Aryan. Listen, American black man. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, Bocat. The whole world is Aryan. Aryans make up for the larger amount of things against children in the whole world. You go to these people countries, find out. In the whole world. That's what world you in. Your responsibility is to legally free this domain from demons and close the portal. That's your responsibility. Every day. Every day. Your responsibility is work towards the goal of ending white supremacy. In all 9 areas of activity. First one being sex. First one. See? The argument isn't is black people a threat? The argument is, are black people safe from white people? White men. Are we safe from them? And if so, explain it. If not, explain it.
Elon Musk did this. And then they try to gaslight us and tell us that he's just awkward. He didn't mean it. It just looks that way because he's awkward, right? And now all these text messages are coming out from the Republican Party. And they're literally saying that they are part of the Nazis. They love Hitler, hail Hitler. That's what they're saying in their text message.
Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? This is what they're caught saying. What they're doing. Hail Hitler. We need to exterminate black people. You can't think that they're talking about those Jews over there, can you? Those Jews are funding them. They better not be talking about them. Are they going to end up like you know who? They better not be talking about them. They talking about you. These black women can speak? Oh, hell no.
Admitting it in the private. So this is what they have been about all along.
All along.
And when we called it out, they tried to gaslight us and told us we was just making it up.
Facts.
This is what these people have been
Black
about.
people
all
always
along.
overreact.
They've just been gaslighting y'all because y'all are so naive. Especially you black folks who's been pushing so hard for the Republican Party. But seeing how hard black and brown folks go behind these Republican idiots, it just astonishes me because these people are in your face.
Fact.
You have all this evidence showing that they don't like you.
Fact.
And now I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm not for none of that because they're all evil. But it's the fact that y'all are choosing to be willfully ignorant to all this evidence that's sitting right dead in your face, and you are still trying to convince us and everyone else that we are taking it out of context. It's not what it seems. Y'all are crazy.
Crazy.
I will never understand that kind of mindset.
Lunatics. 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 Insane. Psychopaths. They need help. They need Jesus. They need somebody. They need something. You ever notice that us people, even me from the urban community, the people who really can articulate what's going on are bright eyed. The truth flows in so smooth. When you're alert, you're alive, your mind knows and understands their political game. Unbelievable. We gotta wake up. Let's go to another video. I just be finding them.
Serena Williams is estimated by Forbes to be worth $350 million.
No one tells Jewish people, oh my God, you've made billions in America. You've made millions in America. You know, stop going on like you have pain. Stop going on like you're a victim. No one tells Jewish people this. Only when it comes to black pain is black pain irrelevant.
That's right, because the Jews are in control of how relevant your black pain is. At any time, all your rappers will come out making stupid music. Why? Because it'll validate why they think so low of you.
You are not allowed to be triggered. You're not allowed to have pain. You're not allowed. Especially when you're in a country.
Remember they said black people didn't feel pain back? That validated the pain. They don't even feel it. Oh, watch this. Told you. Told you he didn't feel
it. Country that in today, 2025, you have people making songs about lynching. That is how much Americans are gaslighting the people of color in that country.
That's facts. Now that's facts. Just one big gaslighting experience living in America under this regime. Let's go. Let's continue on.
But what happened? Something changed. They committed less. 40s. It was bad. It was evil. But what happened? Something changed. they committed less crimes.
Maybe they were afraid. I mean, 4,000 black men, women, and children were killed in violent lynch mobs.
That's your explanation, but I guess
racial terror permeated American culture for hundreds of years.
Black America is worse than it has been
that affected
in the last 80 years.
The generational cycle?
No, it is not. No, it is not. What are you talking about? Adolf Charlie? When they threw us in a vagrant camp, 100% of us was criminals. Now what, statistical idiot? Told you? Look, bro. Your stats are worthless because in the real world, the only stats that really matter are the stats against innocent people and women and children. When it comes to hurting children and video production of hurting children and women and black people, the white man is the biggest threat known to God.
Of an entire group of people?
Well, I'm sure it did. I'm not discounting that. I'm just.
This is pathetic. It's pathetic.
It shows they were actually better.
Let's go to another one. This is, you can go on and on and on. Look.
Why can't I think of anything? One thing a black.
Look at this idiot. Name one thing a black person invented.
Why can't I think of anything? One thing a black person invented. I can't think of anything. It's embarrassing.
You have to stand up for your race and gender.
I do. I need to do better. Do better, ladies.
What's question?
What question?
What other question you want to ask, bro? Ask.
Which question? I was asking people today about the transgender shooter.
No, I want to know about the black.
Look, the transgender shooting. Look. Another Ukrainian, Germanic person. Another Protestant. I was just asking them about the transgender. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. This is what's going on in the world. That's how Sneakio and all these people, and Myron Gaines and all these people who was a former Fed. And this is what they were doing to these little inbred incels on the computer. Remember I was telling you all about the incels and how mediocre tutorials and all of these people was programming these little red pill sexless beings. Press one. And this is big. This is big. This is what they've been doing. And this is why you're having school shootings. You're having school shootings because these white folks are teaching these young white people bad things about black people, triggering them to want to harm black people. They don't even know. This is the same rhetoric, and this is very dangerous. If nobody else will fight and stand up, I will. This is very dangerous to little girls in churches, people in churches, while Stephen Crowder talking about, I won't be in no church. Well, it's a reason why. Because they're training them inside of where all these people, what church they go to. All these school shootings. Let's put it together. Let's put it the fuck together. They're coming from these little white churches. What white churches? These little, all little federal Nazi campus, mind-controlled churches that have caused a little black boy to want to do that and say he got that from Canada. That's why. That's fucking why. Why everybody's sitting back, no, I'm playing ignorant about conspiracies, grown-ass people. The real threat is against black men, women. At this point, right now, the threat is against. Hit that like button and subscribe. That's right. And where are they doing these at? Universities. Universities. Where are these grown-ass 35, 45, 55-year-old idiots choosing to have their debates? Messing with 18, 17-year-olds, 19 at universities. In fact, used to be chapels of the king, used to be churches. So in fact, they're on church grounds in the South, in the Bible Belt, doing these things. And then when it happens, when the hate for a gay person, which is going to lead to a black person, I don't know how or why, when the hate against a liberal woman is going to lead back to a black person hanging at Delta University, going to lead back to Black Death. Why? Why? Because the Department of Justice and the FBI will cover it up, and their wobbly insurrectionists themselves will be doing it. So they're playing both sides of the same coin, gang stalking and doing all this other shit, making sure those who can see are driven insane, made with chumped up charges, press one, murdered, and the people will find it amusing. Well, nigga, this ain't motherfucking, what's the young man who just lost his life in Chicago? No, this ain't that, buddy. Y'all better wake up. The American black man needs to awaken at this moment in time or forever hold his silence and agreement and go down with the ship. That's just what it is. Hit that like button and subscribe. I can't do nothing about men and women who have developed an unsound mind and can't get out of it. My whole aim was to pull people up. And if you've been sitting here taking this for granted, pretending, that's on you. I say it all the time. Don't be the ones when it go down. I didn't know what was going down this week or last week. I didn't know this Ukrainian motherfucker would be. I didn't know I didn't know this led back to Turning Point. I didn't know that we would bust them laundering Epstein's types of trafficking money through probably Blexit, which is Officer Tatum, and Candace Owens, Turning Point UK, which is Candace Owens, George Farmer, and their fucking bank. Just like I was saying, that's why they hate. If you smell what the Rock is cooking, that's why they don't like me. See, I exposed it all in front of you. Hit that like button and sponsor this program. I exposed it all. I'm not even giving you a chance to get up. I already told you. That's why they came against me, because I already exposed it. I already did it. Done. That's why they asses. That's why they emails is getting put on blast that they're racist and Nazis. I brought the Nazis won World War II. I proved the portal and how they enter and you die. Well, they live where you died. And when you became black in civil law, opened the portal for this little squarehead, blockhead from Gumby, press one, to come over and spew this type of hate. This should be against the law. Taken right into custody, deported back to Canada, where he come from. Because they're putting it off like we don't deserve nothing. This is our nation. Before it's just some white person from Germany or anywhere else. From anywhere else. Damn, this shit pissed me off because it's like, damn, I've been holding class all these years. And look, the shit is right here. MAGA influencer calls to ethnically cleanse infested black neighborhoods in Washington, D.C.
Clean. I believe entire neighborhoods probably need to be emptied, need to be bulldozed. I believe that there are places that are so crime-ridden and so infested.
I told you, just like Gaza. I told you, like the Gaza Strip. They not talking to them. They talking about you. Ain't nothing left in Gaza if that story's real. They should have been got about it. They talking about you, person.
You just need to, you're just going to have to crack down. You're going to have to do the job, and you're going to have to get the crime out of Washington. That's my personal experience. Don't believe the bullshit that you hear online. What happened to D.C., especially during the civil rights period, was that protesters that were bussed up here stayed here. The city was burned to the ground.
That's what y'all did in January 6th. You see how that works? You see how that worked? Now that's racism. Now that's exactly what they did. They took the bus right up January 6th and did exactly what they know happened in the past. See how this works? See how this works? And then they get up. They get up. Don't blame you. That's how you genocide a whole nation and not have an outcry.
This happened during massive riots throughout the 60s and 70s. Mass swaths of the city were torched and were never really rebuilt. It is one of the worst, most racist narco states and welfare states imaginable. In that neighborhood,
Narco welfare, Mexicans and blacks. All right, look, which was planned on Parler? What was planned on Parler? January 6th? January 6th was planned on Parler. Is that what you're saying? So Parler, which was owned by Mr. Farmer, Candace Owens, January 6th was planned on Farmer. Send me the information. On Parler, that'll verify. And who did they try to sell Parler to? Kanye West. Kanye West put a black face on it. Make it look like the niggas was overthrowing the country. Make it look like niggas was overthrowing the country. Now this is Parler. Parler is Turning Point UK. Jordan Farmer and fucking Candace Owens. Candace Owens is an ideological subverter, and she needs to be handcuffed and sent to prison. That's why she's spreading all this bullshit to throw everything off her little black ass. Press 1, and I'm calling it. I'm all in. You gotta call it, nigga. Call it. These were her friends. Charlie Kirk, all the Jews, Apex, and all of these people. She was, black people don't deserve reparations. We weren't slaves. I sure wasn't. It took me a long time to get up here and right here, and I get to tell the black people that you can beat something and don't have to be a nigger bitch, right? Having unwed babies, one, and then she go off and meet a man through Skype, have babies with him 3 weeks later. Grandma. Let's go to another video. These people are sick. Let's go.
Watch this video, and I'll be right back.
He published a book called Race, Tendencies, and Traits of the American Negro, in which he lays out all the numbers, and then he concludes that if we simply avoided allowing black people to have any access to health care, that within 2 or 3 generations, the whole race would die out, and that would solve the race problem in America. When Teddy Roosevelt, 1912, proposed a national health care system, people said no because black people will get it. When Franklin Roosevelt proposed a national health care system, it was the same thing. We don't want black people to get it. When Truman tried it in 1947, same thing. Don't want black people to get it. We have to figure out a way to keep black people from using Medicare. And the way that they came up with was to have a 20% a gap in Medicare, so that you had to pay 20% of your doctor's bill and your hospital bill, and that would discourage poor black people from showing up at the hospitals. Nearly 100% of the reason why the United States is the only country in the world that doesn't define healthcare as a right is because of racism. He published a book called Race, Tendencies.
Because black people are dead in the law, and it's not a right. You see how that works? Damn, bro. Damn, America's about to have a rude awakening. America's about to have a rude awakening. They're waking up, buddy. They're waking up.
And traits of the American Negro.
How many times do I have to say this? Racism is a detriment to you white folks, poor white folks especially. Because of racism, you poor white folks can't even get good health care. Because they thought if they could deny health care to black people, that we would have been eradicated a long time ago. But hey, we still here. And they have not changed the rules. How crazy is that? Even with Social Security, you have to pay 20% because of racism. We keep telling you. BIPOC keep telling you. Black people keep telling you. It is not us that makes your life suck. It is those racist politicians and their racist legislation that they think that.
And Turning Point and all these nationalistic little Nazis that the corporate politicians use and funded by AIPAC. Press 1 in its allegiance to Israel to dissipate our nation and the black people here in this country. And I will not, I don't care if none of the men will speak or even know how. I will speak for me and the people I know what this is. I can't sit back and be no damn entertainer. Ain't no time to be no damn entertainer. We got to get this truth out. We got to strategize. We got to come up with a APAC our damn self. Where's our legislation? Where's our lobby group? Don't got one. Unbelievable. Let's go to another one.
Into slavery. Jesus would never label any of his children as unnatural. Jesus would never encourage tradition. In fact, everything he did went against tradition. Jesus would never advocate for gender structures that suppressed women. In fact, he spent so much of his life advocating for women and empowering women to be more than what society wanted them to be. Jesus didn't care about gender roles, and he would never enforce those ideologies onto people. Jesus would never be in support of any of the rhetoric that is happening about immigrants right now. Jesus would never support ripping immigrants away from their families and making immigrant children represent themselves.
Hold on. They know black men ain't worried about this at all. That's why they do it. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. The average black man ain't worried about none of this shit we talking about, nor can they fight against it because the groups they don't join is in allegiance with it. So you can't even find an honest black man that will stand up for you. Go find him. Because his hands is dirty. He right there in bed with him. That's why. That's why. That's why. He want to be in bed with him. That's why. Because they all want to be down. And it's nothing to give a little buster a chain or something to make him feel like he doing something or blacks are succeeding. But in real life, fam, you know, we got to save us. We got to come up with some type of foundation that sets the term real fast for coming out of this dead state. Now, I ask all men, what is your remedy? What is the remedy? You've been coming to KevRow University this whole time. You've been learn law better than the person watching Press 1 No Jumper. So what is your remedy? How do you fix this? Let's continue on with this white woman who's going to explain something else, probably.
Hot take, but when we say white privilege, we don't mean that your life is easy. White privilege simply means that the color of your skin doesn't make your life harder. For instance, if you are someone who has darker skin, there are systemic issues that prevent you from achieving success in many instances. If you want to go to an elite university or get a high-paying job, statistically, you are less likely to get the position as a white person even having the exact same experience. And if a person of color does get the position, they are then told that the only reason they did was because of DEI or affirmative action. People with darker skin are more likely to be arrested, incarcerated for long periods of time, and wrongfully convicted. And they're more likely to live in poverty because of unfair housing practices and other methods of discrimination. If you truly understand what white privilege is, there is no reason to get offended when someone brings up this topic because they aren't saying anything about you or your character. What this term means is that in such a diverse society, your skin color is not a barrier to success. And you are set up for success much better than any person of color because America was built on white supremacy to favor white people.
Damn. How hard is that? Damn. How hard is that? Lord have mercy. Let's look at this one. Let's look at this one.
This year, in June of this year, there were 29 law enforcement officers who were arrested, pled guilty, and or were sentenced to prison for child sex crimes. And that's just the month of June of this year. It was worse in July, but I'm going to tabulate those numbers and post that too. And I'm going to give you the numbers from August when this month is done. But this is just a glimpse at how bad it is with pedophiles and law enforcement. In just 1 month, June of this year, 29 cops either were arrested, pled guilty, and or were sentenced for being a pedophile. And yet, there's people out there who still defend police officers, which makes them pedophiles too.
Wow. Busted. See? And the numbers are going to keep going up. Why? Because white supremacy allows this. See, the occult white supremacy Nazis, they love that. That's what they do. That's why they hate so much. They hate so much because they're not neo-Nazi. See, they know what they're doing. Hit the like button and subscribe. Hitler and them know what they was doing to Hitler's youth. They doing everything that they were doing at the Catholic Church and at the Boy Scout. Hit the like button and subscribe. No, put it all on the table. You're not doing nothing different. They're doing the same thing. This is what they believe in. They was raised in this. They was raised in this. Greg Calloway, I don't know who you are, but you're not in my class, champ. So don't just be, don't just be saying stuff. It take a lot for me to get up here and do this. Thank you. Yeah, this ain't that. This ain't that, champ. Y'all. Yeah. And because you can't see the subversion, I got to get up here and show the people. You know what I'm saying? So Turning Point USA's and UK's Parler, press 1. Here we go. Free speech social network. That's Parler, right? Huh? Conservative-friendly website is back in the news following the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. So Turning Point USA was using these types of clubhouse, to insurrect the nation. Wow. And blame Democrats. Wow. Parler has been booted from the internet after its users cheered and celebrated the storming of the Capitol on January 6th. Tech giants effectively took the largely conservative and largely unmoderated social network of Candace Owens' husband offline as evidence mounts that Parler was involved in the planning of the insurrection. I got they ass. I got they motherfucking ass. That's why they hate me. They thought they can recruit me and gang stalk me. And when I was like, hell no, they thought they was going, what? Put charges on Kev? Nigga. I am going to break you. Yes, I am going to break you. You trying to overthrow the government? Who's to say they wasn't trying to shoot the president? This is all while he was the CEO of Parler. Well, there you have it. So Candace Owens and them is nothing but terrorists. As evidence among encouraging violence the days of the pro-Trump Save America rally on Sunday. Amazon booted Parler from his Amazon website, citing the risk of public safety. This followed Parler's app being removed from Google Play Store and Apple App Stores for its role in inciting violence. The security verification service, this is it, bro, also terminated Parler's access to a free trial of its software. Press 1 recently, we've been studying so this is all she been doing and playing the crazy conspiracy. Wow. Let's finish reading. Oh, you was a fucking dirtbag. You was a dirtbag. Oh, yeah, recently, before the platform went online, so John Matsey posted that he expected Parler could be offline for up to a week, noting that this company may build from scratch. There it goes. Wow. So this is what they do. So the feds is all over. So Turning Point being subverting and ooh we. So they use Parler as communication. Just like niggas be using Clubhouse. They're using Parler for the communication and how to do it. This probably the whole UK insurrection. The Lloyds, yep. Parler shut down, coming to digital. So, oh my goodness. And the money was going to flow through Candace's bank. Oh my goodness. See? And that goes right back into, I'm glad you brought me that. Thank you so much. That brought me back to why Candace is out here bugging the fuck up with her fucking all of a sudden tinfoil hat, because Candace has been outed. Candace is a Mason of Turning Point. Blexit, Parler, Glorify. Candace is a terrorist. The whole United K insurrection, yes. January 6th was done by Turning Point. Turning Point was using fucking Parler to communicate this. They was trying to sell Parler to fucking Kanye to dump it. They was gonna dump it on Kanye. They got Kanye in the bag because he like, oh, Candace is my friend and shit and all this other weird shit. What the fuck? So Candace, so Charlie Kirk and his wife is like Candace and George. They met the same way. They don't really have a whole life. She's never with the kids. You understand what I'm saying? It's like some made up. Damn. That's why. Oh my goodness. Oh, this has been good. I gotta get off the air. Gotta get my lecture ready for my personal students. Yeah, but this is what I have to study. Lord have mercy. Good work here. This is back to, I said Charlie Kirk was auditing Lexit, all of these things. And I bet you money went somewhere. I bet you Turning Point probably shot at the president and they was already on game. I bet you Turning Point shot at the president and Israel told Trump. Yeah. That's why Trump be going so hard for Israel. They probably saved his life. Because those are security forces. Press 1. Look, Jasmine Crockett alleges Charlie Kirk death was a cover-up for a massive financial fraud, accusing Erica and Kirk of insider. Oh, press 1. Oh, what if Israel told Trump, you know who did that? You know who did that? Damn. Maybe that's why Trump was like, damn, yeah. To cover up money laundering so they can continue these conspiracies. Don't stay in these conspiracies because the conspiracies are there for confusion. I always follow the money. Why? Who? What? Where? When? And why? Why did this happen? What? Where the money was? Damn. I'm starting to realize it now. This is otherworldly. You can have Turning Point trying to subvert president. That's probably why the president didn't go down there to the Capitol. Remember when the Capitol happened? He was supposed to go. Why he didn't go? Why he didn't go? And then the storming happened of the Capitol. Trump didn't go, remember? He bowed out of the election. Remember, he was like, they won, and he was like, he said something. Let's go down. I guess they were planning to go down to the Capitol, but he never went. He never went. You ain't noticed that? Never went. Turning Point and Parler went, and what happened? They stormed the Capitol. True or not? Is it making sense? These people have overthrown the Russian, German, these people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think I was getting a call. I'm going to call my boy back. I'm going to call him back. Oh, okay. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's what it's starting to look like. It's starting to look like, yeah, they need us to feel Charlie and y'all. No, this was big. This was something else. This is national security. Everybody just buying the propaganda. Everybody's just buying it. Just thought about that. Like, wait a minute. Trump never showed. So Parler, Turning Point, all these people that's around Candace probably just tried to overthrow or did. Or felt like they did. Felt like they did. Because this is the second or third time Candace Owens loses faith in American politics. Maybe because what she's trying to do ain't working. And people are waking up to that. Why is she doing that? What is this about? You just throw your whole career away on conspiracy theories while fighting another conspiracy. She's all in. She's all in, and so am I. KevRow, Kev Gills, the Urban Conservative, coming up next on Channel 54. Make sure y'all tuned in. If you're not a student at KevRow, feel bad for you. Come over, sponsor the program. My links is going out in patreon.com/Kev Gills TV. And it's time to make KevRow Urban Conservatives. That's all of us who want to be down with that media project. Until next time, as always, family, I'll holla.